Well, it's a gloomy old day here on Port Esperance as I take, it's going to be my last walk along this magnificent beach for quite some time, because I guess the next beaches I'll be walking on will be in the Whitsundays. So follow me on this road trip as we travel from the far south of Tasmania, 3,000 kilometres by road, plus the 200 nautical miles across Bass Strait, give or take, on the Spirit, from far south to far north, where I begin my new job as a training and development manager. Well, everything's packed and there's literally no room for anything else. So goodbye little house, I will be back, but who knows when. Here we go, far south to far north. So here we are, leaving for the very last time. Okay, say farewell to Port Esperance out the window. Goodbye to this magnificent bay, my favourite mountain, as we head north. So we're in the process of boarding the Spirit of Tasmania, and after a 5-minute wait after check-in, it's the quickest it has ever taken in our life, or in my experience. Heading up onto the ship. And into the bowels of the Spirit of Tasmania 1 we go. Okay, that was very quick. Quickest I've ever boarded. And it looks like it means first on, last off. Looking forward to our deluxe cabin.
It was very rowdy.
I won't be spending a lot of time here tonight.
1 month. 210.
Heading straight to my cabin. So here we are. 7001 0 002 004. And here is what we call deluxe cabin. So we'll just do a room tour of room 7004, the deluxe cabin. First up, we have the double bed. We have 2 nice recliner chairs. We have a fridge and a television. What looks to be a complimentary bottle of wine. Good thing I bought my own in any case. Quite a nice spacious area. A little bit of storage, life jackets, toiletries, cut above the average cabin on the Spirit, and of course a view directly out over the bar, and we'll get a bit of footage of us heading out into Bass Strait shortly. Now let's check out the bathroom, or the head as we call it on the ship. About the same size as the bathrooms in the 2-berth and 4-berth cabins, although this is exclusively my own. Toilet, hairdryer, cups, tissues, sanitising hand wash, and this is something that is new compared to the standard cabins, an enclosed shower. Looks pretty good. Bit of a shippy smell, but that's what you get when you're at sea. Okay, so we'll do a quick tour of decks, the public decks. So this is the general gathering area. bar. Class 7. Prices look reasonable. Tasmanian Market Kitchen, the main dining area, and these are the rest. This is the menu. It's a banquet, buffet style. Won't be eating here, but we'll do a very quick tour to have a look at the food. Desserts, salads, eggs, fishes and vegetables, and other alcohol drinks. Large area for dining. Towards the stern. Tourism centre. Reading room. And reception. And pantry. We're on the top deck, deck 10. We've got a lounge area. More lounge, another bar, and pizza place, and the deck 9 lounge, which doesn't look like it's open. Never mind, back to the luxury cabin. So this is my gourmet meal in the luxury deluxe cabin. I'm not eating it in the restaurant tonight, as I want to avoid any COVID risks on the long trip. So a beautiful spread. We have some Sicilian green olives with lemon and garlic, some cream cheese filled baby peppers, some Torama salata dip, and some Thomas Duck's truffle salami. In the deluxe cabin you actually get a complimentary bottle of wine. You get this Devil's Corner Pinot, which is very nice, but I'll be saving that for another day, because I'll be starting with this bottle donated to me by my good mate Craig, who you might know as Dave in some of my other videos, who's also granted me this trip tonight because it was one that he had in the travel bank. So tonight we're going to have a bottle of Craigino 2018 Pinot Noir from the Freycinet coast. So there we go. Here's cheers to a great trip. So here we are heading out of the Mersey River into Bass Strait, and looks like some pretty nasty weather ahead. Forecast 25 knots northeast, shifting west-northwest during the night. 1 metre seas on 1 metre swell, which is nothing really, and unfortunately departing 40 minutes late, which means we don't get much of a view in this fading daylight and overcast skies. But still, it's a luxury cabin, and it's a privilege to be at the very front of Spirit of Tasmania 1. So what's my assessment of the deluxe cabin on the Spirit of Tasmania 1? Well, certainly the cabin is better than any other cabin you can actually have on this ship. But there's a few little quirks, like for example, on business class on a plane, you're sitting in front of the engines, and so the engine noise is quieter. So I can't quite understand why sitting at the very bow of the ship that the engine noise is louder than in the 4-berth or 2-berth cabins further back in the ship. But hey, it's Wednesday night, I'm going to a new future, I'm relaxed, and this is pretty good. See you in the morning as we disembark and head north from Melbourne. Well, here we are, it's Thursday morning, it's 6:45, approximately half an hour after we were expected to berth, departed late. Waiting on deck 6 for the call to disembark, and today we're going to head as far north as we can. We aim to go to Parkes, but we might get to West Wyalong, we'll see how we go. Okay, next is off the ship. Well, yesterday was a pretty long drive from Port Melbourne to Parkes. Had to have a bit of a detour on a dirt road for 45 k's after a massive car accident blocked the Newell Highway. It's got the push bike a bit dirty. So today we're off to Gundawindi. First up we're going to check out the dish. Today's only going to be about 7 hours driving, so it should be a little bit more relaxing and not so quite so hard on the old backside in the car. Of course, I really should have shot that last clip in front of this statue, the father of our democracy, Sir Henry Parkes, and not the King. Now, heading out of Parkes on the quaintly named Bogan Street. Feeling like home. What an absolute dish. Quick stop for lunch in Nielsen Park in Coonabarabran. But look at the map, Coonabarabran is almost halfway. Third state in 2 days. Well, it's an early start to day 4 from Gundawindi to Rockhampton. I'm thinking that the residents of Gundawindi actually live on New South Wales time because everyone was up at 6 o'clock this morning, 6 o'clock Queensland time. So I got woken up early. Anyway, here we go. I will never complain about the condition of roads in Tasmania again. This is the so-called Leichhardt Highway, and my spine feels like it's going to come out through my mouth. Well, I was going to stop in Taroom for an extended lunch, but let's just say it's quite a depressing little place, even considering the Leichhardt tree. So I'm back on the road, heading now for Theodore, where we'll get some fuel and hopefully get through to Rockhampton by about 3:45. I've been a bit slack in not actually doing hotel reviews of the rooms that I've been in on this road trip, but this is night 1 on the Spirit, 2 at Parkes, 3 at Gundawindi. This is night 4 at Rockhampton, and this room here for $80 a night is a bit of a contrast to the room I had last night in Gundawindi, with a minibar, double bed, big widescreen TV, and quite luxurious for $80 a night. But let's have a look at this little room at the Park Avenue Hotel Motel in Gundawindi. Sorry, in Rockhampton. So you've seen the size of the room, the living area. We've got a little bathroom in here with the world's noisiest fan. We have a toilet behind us, and behind us here we have a shower. Now, if I hadn't paid $80 for an amazing room last night, this would have been pretty good, but as it is, it's a bit average, really. But it does have a very classy inner circle rum fridge with no inner circle rum in it. So finally the vegetation's changed. A bit more tropical. We're about 80 k's away from Proserpine. Finally we have some mountains. Bit of a change from the flat landscape pretty much from Melbourne to here. Well, I'm officially in Proserpine. Next stop, Canonbar. Welcome to Proserpine. Well, looks like the decision's made. There's competition here, so looks like Temptation's making the journey north. So, the saga of what you can get for $80 a night continues. Just checked into my apartment that I'll be occupying for the next 2 weeks at Early Beach. Let's go for a little tour. Kitchen dining. Cooktop. Fridge with ice maker. Lounge. Bathroom, quite expansive, doesn't have a light. Main bedroom, sleeps 3, and spare bedroom. I think that's pretty good value for $80 a night. Well, from Port Esperance Sailing Club at 43 degrees south to the Whitsunday Sailing Club at 20 degrees south. It's a long way.